Hello guys, Brad here again with another YouTube video. Today I want to talk about an air fryer that I recently acquired. This one is made by a company called Brentwood. It's called the Brentwood Select Air Fryer, 3.4 quart capacity. Um, I thought it'd be kind of fun to do an air fryer video because it does seem to me that lately the air fryer has become one of the most recent innovative technologies for home cooking. I'm not sure if it's going to overtake the microwave oven in terms of like popularity and stuff like that, but it is a fun little machine to have in your house for cooking. Basically, the concept of air frying is to allow you to enjoy fried food without all that oil, calories, and cholesterol that you normally get from deep frying. So let's take a closer look at the Brentwood air fryer. Pretty simple setup here. I think most air fryers have two basic things. You're going to have a timer and a temperature gauge. Now the Brentwood, you see the timer is just a dial. You turn it by hand. You can set your time that way. It goes all the way up to 30 minutes. Um, Now, being that it's a knob, it can be a little bit hard to turn back and forth. So, if you have sore hands like arthritis and stuff like that, it might be a little bit difficult to set the time. And since it is a dial and the markings are pretty close together, usually what I do is I just turn the dial all the way to 30 minutes and just use my watch timer because it's less hassle to do that, at least for me. Also, you have a dial here for the temperature. Temperature dial goes from 175 degrees all the way up to 400 degrees, so you can set your temperature. Like I said, it's a dial, so it's not as precise as like a digital model would be. So you might consider if you want a precise readout to get a digital timer and a digital temperature. But this is a pretty basic, and it's a nice little air fryer. I think it might be a little cheaper than some of the top end models because it doesn't have all the bells and whistles. So if you're just going to use it occasionally, maybe this is fine. If you want to use it a lot, like every day, you might want something a little more fancy. The pan, basically you got two parts here. It's like a copper pan here. This is where you're going to put your food. Um, you can see this is probably good for one or two people, maybe three people. If you want to serve four people or more, you might want to look for a model that's a little bit bigger than the 3.4 quart capacity. But for my family, we have three, so I think it's pretty good. And you got this part here that goes underneath the pan, and all that slides inside the air fryer pretty easily. And when you clean it, I recommend you don't dishwash or clean it. Just I'd use like a paper towel and some soap. Cleans pretty easily. It's like a non-stick pan. Usually when I cook my food, depending on the recipe, you might want to go online and check the recipes. You don't need a lot of oil. Put a little cooking spray on your food, stick it in there. So far we've done salmon cakes, pork chops. I've been playing around with deep fried Oreos. You take an Oreo cookie, dip it in some Bisquick. You can do that for a nice little dessert. Put a little powdered sugar on it. I tried Scrapple one time. Didn't turn out real well. Might want to play around with that with the Scrapple, but it's a fun little cooking device. Recommend if you don't have an air fryer, you want to try to cut back on some calories, or maybe you're getting bored with home cooking. You want to try something a little fun, different. Check out the air fryer. Not the Brentwood model, than some other model, but this one I think is okay. Basic timer and temperature switch. Pretty easy to operate and clean and everything. And the food, some of the food that I've tried so far tasted pretty good. Those pork chops were really good. They were juicy inside and crispy outside. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If I had to give it a grade, scale 1 to 10, I'd say about 7.5 out of 10 for me. This is the only air fryer I've ever tried. So I'm sure there's probably better ones, but some of these air fryers are pretty expensive as well. So just a nice, no frills, no bells and whistles air fryer. Good for one or two people to cook and try something a little different. Um, hopefully becomes a part of our cooking routine. Do more home cooking. I do tend to eat out a lot, and that could be fattening and expensive. So this might save us some money, healthier than than the deep frying. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you later.